Another match in front of a Faces. Spawning in the top left corner of the map from ESV Pro, it's going to be the red Protoss, Fear.
In the bottom right, it says the blue Protoss, Spacemarine.
And a couple donations I just want to get out of the way really quick. Nightshade SC2 says, hey Graham, sorry with a $10 donation, says, hey Graham, sorry, here's to make up for the last few months. Coming home from Nepal, so I've been a bit busy. Hit me up on Skype sometime. Let's chat about your Canadian August chaos. Yeah, we got the live event coming up in August, of course, for those who don't know. It's going to be some pretty good times. Big shout out, by the way, to Mr. Tingly7, who subscribed during the commercial break, so we couldn't shout him out then. As well as Napacom for resubscribing just now. And last but not least, before we get into the game, I'll give a big shout out to what is my apparent wingman, Surfcat, donating me $5. It says, you're welcome for tricking Nadia to follow you, Rifkin. Winky face. My brother, my man.
The guy that tweeted out or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I didn't actually look beyond her Twitter profile once I saw there was a Hearthstone streamer. Hey.
He was just like, I'm out, peace. Rifkin's lost the passion. He's playing Counter-Strike in his downtime. He's following Hearthstone streamers. How long till he quits StarCraft? No, guys, it's just...
questions.
This is look, okay, in fairness, look at this, I'll put it in chat real quick. SC, CS, they look so similar. I just got confused.
You just open up the game and just like, well, this looks like my game's StarCraft, I guess.
I mean, like, I was like, am I a first-person shooter Marine? What's this arcade game I've been playing?
Have you seen the first-person campaign mod?
No, but I've played some of the first-person mods that they have available, StarCraft Universe included, and man, those are freaking good.
Well, that's like the MMO, right?
Yeah, well, that one's actually more like third-person, I guess. But like some of the like defend the zombie like at night things, like the first-person shooters are pretty good.
Yeah. I know what I was thinking of. It's not like an entire mod of first-person campaign, but is the Brood War campaign in StarCraft 2 has a couple of missions, like the hero missions, you know, where you have to like go with like 6 Marines, the medic, and your hero, and go like break someone free. They had those in as a shooter.
Really?
This was like really popular like 2.5, 3 years ago. Some like Twitch streamers were streaming in. I tried to download it, never worked for me. I was really disappointed.
It's crazy. Like I really, the thing about the StarCraft engine, right? Okay, it's not optimized, blah 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 blah, but the capabilities of it are insane. Seeing what some people have been able to mod. Like, okay, taking regular textures and turning them into, like, a tower defense game, that's cool, that's what we expect. But there's some really insane things you guys can do about it. And what I think a lot of people really don't understand is Heroes of the Storm, the entire game, the franchise, it's a little more complex now. But the original beta and alpha versions of it were very literally just a StarCraft 2 arcade map.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I think the biggest complaint is that StarCraft 2 editor is just not very user friendly.
It's so complicated, but I mean,
yeah.
I think that the good and the good and the bad with that is the bad is it's harder to learn, and it's harder for new people to get passionate and inspired to learn it. But once you do, you can create some of the coolest shit.
Yeah.
Take it, Psionic Warfare. If you guys have never played Psionic Warfare, for example, 1,000,000% recommended by Rifkin. Go play it on the arcade. You will not regret it. If you don't even have StarCraft, if you're just a casual fan who likes watching the stream, guess what? You can play the arcade for free if you don't know this. So just go try Psionic Warfare. It's seriously one of the sickest games that have come out recently.
Oh, okay. Well, it's gonna heat up, but real quick, like the Carbot mod, I cannot wait to tell all my friends we can play that. Like, I'm gonna make them download the arcade and be like, look, you can download this for free. Like, please.
Plays cartoony shit for free. Now, okay, this is a classic problem that comes when you go for DT rushes. Unfortunately, because he's not gone for just like a straight up, like the quickest Dark Shrine ever, by going for the Mothership Core, by going for the Stalker, it's going to give him defensive capabilities, but also means the DTs hit much later. And in some rare instances, it times out way better to have the DTs at home defending, because you warp in one DT here, 2 across the map, boom, auto win the game. But that's not going to be the case. Even if Fear does get caught off guard by the DTs, I mean, I think he might just win with his attack. Space Marine could always maybe catch him off guard, but the Oracle, he can always go for an Oracle where he lacks detection, use that Envision, use that Revelation, or I guess it's just Envision in Heart of the Swarm, pardon me, because they got hots on the brain. But, yeah, these DTs are what the game's going to really boil down to. A couple of Blink Stalkers can maneuver for a time, but the idea is the Phoenix are going to swoop in, pick him up, and catch him.
Yeah. He popped the overcharge a little too soon. He really should have waited on that, but he was scared of the attack. Now, of course, is when he would want to have it. The Dark Shrine is going to be scouted in a second. Well, actually, no, he just warped into Deep Dark Templar, so he probably hears the swipes, recognizes the things are attacking. I think the best maneuver might have been 1 at home and 1 harassing, but, I mean, this is obviously a very starts a desperate situation. He
He's
needed
holding,
to
though.
clean up the Blink Stalkers. He is holding the ground army, but he has nothing to do with the Phoenixes. They're gonna start picking up those probes.
Well, is the Archon actually going to try and help deal with that a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, behind all of this, okay, maybe not DTs across the map, but the Zealot at least I feel coulda, shoulda, woulda done some damage.
Looks like it maybe saw that two Zealots were already warped in and decided not to.
Maybe, yeah. That Oracle going to be not just nice, but critical. Only form of detection he's going to have. Nice blink, catches that Phoenix.
Honestly, like, we've seen games go a lot weirder than this, but this is kind of like equalizing. Spacemarine's only down by 3 probes, but you know he has all of his buildings that he needs, right? Oh no, he canceled the Robo, or was canceled for him. I don't remember, so never mind. Let's say if he like, got away with a Robo and whatnot, he has all the tech structures he already needs, like advance the game. But without that, he's gonna have to choose like Nexus then Robo, or vice versa. Fear chooses Robo first, and then I suppose he'll go Nexus afterwards. He now has an Oracle that he can risk. Oh, he has 2 of them. Never mind. So one of them goes out and harass, the other one stays home but detects, just in case. I think Space Marine. I think this game might equalize. He's gonna have a much faster Nexus.
There's a maybe with that, though, right? Because on one hand, yes, economy could win him this game. On the other, some sort of all-in could really be devastating. He's not, although he's not continuing to produce from the Stargate at all. So I'm curious as to what's going to go on here, because we've seen some weird variations of Phoenix builds, and I'm not talking like 2v2 mass Phoenix, but just heavier Phoenix builds be quite abusive. Really good with harass.
There's the Nexus. Did wonder that was gonna go down. So it's gonna be almost a full Nexus behind, but that could be made up in other places, I guess is the best way to
That's like
put
the
it.
difference of 3 probes without Chrono, though.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's not nearly as bad as it might sound initially, especially if his own Oracle can get a couple of probes, or if he puts another Chrono in his probes and transfers more, you know, etc., etc. So it's not that big of a deal. This game's looking really quite similar. The Dark Shrine is always going to be a problem. Just as like maybe if it goes to like 20 minutes, then having a Dark Shrine is gonna be very, very useful as you get more and more harassed. But in the mid game, it's gonna be a little risky to try and continue to get damage done with those. So I think Fear has this moment in time where he doesn't really have to worry about that. He did, I think, see the blink. If he didn't, I don't remember if it was used in that fight or not.
It was, because he caught one of the Phoenix with it. Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah.
But that was a nice, it's wearing off now, but he had Revelation earlier, so he knew exactly when to get out when the Stalkers came back. Second Oracle gonna go poke the main a little bit. I mean, the Archon is gonna, like, 4-shot it if it's not careful.
Yeah. That's him realizing that a Dark Templar probably won't be warped in again. Plus, he has the Observer anyways, so, like, the double Oracle harass, unfortunately, now down to a single Oracle harass, as the one died natural. It would have been good. It could have been good.
We'll never count out the early morning, morning, pardon me. Yeah. When you say early, I meant late game DTs as well. Man, my brain went full 360 on that one. Because, well, there's observers out now, and maybe they get picked off a little bit later on. Dark Templar they do so much damage, even if they're revealed, you can't take those hits.
Looks like he's gonna try and bust a little here. It's gonna be a +1 Blink Stalker attack on 2 bases, which is something you hear for maybe like versus Zerd, but versus Protoss, usually like far and away into like Colossus and whatnot to deal with that. He does warp in 3 DTs, but I wonder if he's gonna use one. Okay, yeah, he does. He goes for 1 Archon, and then this one might get a couple of nice swipes in. They still do a ton of damage, or it might try and run past the army.
Well, also break force fields would be really, really helpful here. I think that's part of what he's going to want to see some of. But regardless, that Dark Templar actually stuck in the middle of the Stalker, so it doesn't get into the fight. When it does, it's dead immediately. Dead on arrival. Probe's getting pulled, though. A little bit of desperation here out of Fear. Archons just chew through everything. You don't need the bonus damage versus Bio, as long as you hit Splash versus everything. And as we see those front lines get crippled. Probes go down. Phoenix trying to lift up what they can, but the last units are going to die. Space Marine will take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. And looks like Fear tried to go for a counterattack with the Oracles simultaneously, so he killed a lot of probes himself, but had nothing.